Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going over the recap lore of Nexus Core Rebirth, the whole season, progression, storyline, and whatnot. Before the new season that I'm currently working on in here comes out on Tuesday? No, Thursday. Tuesday or Thursday, either one. May possibly. We'll see. I'm still debating because I have this one coming out, and then I have Impact, or not Impact, but it's called the Fractured Veil, which is the Halloween season on the other map. So we'll see what happens. But without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with basically a gist of what happened, and then we'll go deeper down. After the split in reality caused by the meteor, in the original timeline, a second branch was born, one where the meteor never struck. In this timeline, the volcano grew larger than ever before, and the island itself reshaped, expanding into something bigger, stranger, and far more dangerous. Season launch week 1. The island opens with new life and old echoes. Primal Town stands as a rustic hub blending structures from Nexus Core Primal Dawn and Season 1 Impact. Locals browse shops, unaware of the cracks in reality forming around them. A lake sparkles beside the town, hiding rift energy deep below. Glacial Graveyard remains frozen, though melting snow covers the monster's lower jaw. A new ice cave offers explorers loot and a glimpse of what's buried. Across the island, ruins of the Sealing War appear, telling fragments of a forgotten story. Fearing the Nexus Orb's power, one was chosen to guard it and slay those who sought to use it for evil. The Reality Guardians Norse and Greek gods forged 4 pillars to limit the orb's might. Chains enchanted by gods bound the orb, sealing its energy away. Yet, something is missing. The 4th pillar does not exist in this timeline. This pillar actually was in the volcano in the original Nexus Core Primal Dawn map. So if you remember that, it was the small map that's like janky and didn't have this. It was just made and creative. Back to it. In the volcano, now called Volcano Valley, a landmass forms inside the crater. Here lurks a boss, Ember, fiercely guarding hidden secrets. 2 mysterious temples appear nearby, their purpose unclear. Meanwhile, on Spawn Island, 3 Dr. Sloans remark uneasily on the strange reality. Geno appears on the actual map, not Spawn, muttering, "This was not supposed to happen." And the future robot warns, "This wasn't the future I was sent here to stop." The fracture of 2 timelines has begun. Week 2, Update 2. The island trembles. The volcano leaks lava, its inner landmass reshaping. 3 aides rest upon a throne within, guarded by a new boss. Corrupted General Daigo, the mask maker of the Black Spire, an elite division splintered from the Spirit Realm. Spirit Realm slash Last Reality. More about these new factions I'm making will be coming soon in later seasons. Um, but yeah, if you recall, I did talk about that in a different video, but I forgot to get into it more. But one video, well, I'll make a video about that later. Back to the lore. One of the temples becomes corrupted, twisted into a black spire base, where Daigo's cursed mask machine churns out dangerous relics. Excuse me. Demon guards patrol the ruins. The second temple hides Core, a mercenary who can be hired but secretly answers to darker forces. Primal Town stagnates, frozen in an unnatural stasis. Only a Viking warrior warns of an invasion to come, while on the horizon a Viking ship approaches. The Spirit Fanes arrive on the island. At their camp, Drift wonders aloud, "How did we get here?" Vi plans to study the ruins. Catalyst moves towards the icy north, sensing something in the monster's bones. A sakura tree blossoms at their camp, making their presence. Glacial graveyard pulses with a rift energy. Mushrooms and vines sprout on the devourer's skeleton. Feeding on the remains, Catalyst feels its pull. The island grows uneasy as tremors ripple outward from the volcano. If you'll remember, week 2 was like kind of messy. I didn't have an update video for that one. So unfortunately there is I on my channel there is no clips of it of me being over there and like showing map changes and stuff, but that's unfortunate. Not much I can do about it now. But yeah, let's continue. Week 3, Update 3. Darkness spreads. On Spawn Island, mushrooms decay from blue to yellow-green, rotting with rift corruption. Sloane declares this reality is being taken over by the Black Spire, the most dangerous division of the spirit realm. The Spirit Fanes build their HQ, now called the Den of Fanes, a Japanese-style dojo. First floor, Vi's computer lab, a tea room, and a strange art chamber, foreshadowing a member to come. A future seer who paints destiny. You might know who that is based off of actual BR storyline. So later, don't worry about it. Second floor drifts waits at a war table for reports. The surrounding grasslands bloom into a sakura biome, but a rift encounter lingers, scattered into permanence. Catalyst discovers a girl trapped in goo within the monster's skull at Glacial Graveyard, while rushing back to Drift with grim news. Primal Town transforms into Skull Rest Village after the discovery of the monster bones buried beneath. Yet the town is cursed. Anyone who enters becomes trapped in time. Outside, a new local, Tricera, pleads, "My boyfriend is stuck in there. I don't know what to do." In Molten Maw, the renamed volcano lava overtakes nearly everything. The second temple corrupts into a prison house, housing a shrine to Daigo's cursed mask, a cell containing a masked man eerily resembling Drift. Core becomes a hostile boss, attacking players with her custom weapon, which is her BR weapon, the what was it? It was the Thunder DMR or whatever it's called. The island feels alive with corruption, as if the Black Spire is twisting its very roots. This week was actually really fun to make because I had a lot of ideas I wanted to implement, and half of them I was able to. The other half are yet to come. I do feel like I may or may not have rushed things a little bit because this new season that I'm working on, and right now actually, is going to be a little bit underwhelming for a season launch for my map because of what I did at the end of last season for the whole Vikings thing, because that was also supposed to be for this season. So we'll see what happens. But that's getting into week 4, update 4. The countdown begins. Molten Maw erupts with smoke and ash, signaling the eruption is near. The trees of the jungle wither into lifeless husks. 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 You know? In the prison house, Core is revealed to be a Dominion spy, infiltrating the Black Spire to rescue a Spirit Fang ally. Upon defeat, Daido hisses, "It's time for this island to behold a true threat." Rift ash spreads outward, igniting tremors. A massive quake rips from the volcano to Skull Rest Village. A geyser bursts open in its non-existent streets, more of just gravel paved roads, and a new chasm splits the town. Locals are freed from their stasis curse. Tricera, "That was crazy. My boyfriend Rets, he's free, but something feels wrong." Rets and the others stumble out, shaken but alive. In the town hall, Geno, a clone, though unknown at first, rallies the freed villagers. We must prepare for war. An evil man at the volcano threatens us all. At the Den of Thanes, Drift, Vi, and Catalyst regroup. Drift says, we need defenses against the eruption. Catalyst says, in response to that, or before that, the Devourer's bones hold rift energy and the volcano is waking. Which is the gist of what she said, because she had like 3 sentences I made for her, and yeah. A crude model of the volcano sits on the table, symbolizing their plan to stop the volcano from hitting their base. The mast stand has been stolen. Drift now holds it. If you recall, it's like a small little map change, but throughout the weeks, week 1 there was a storeroom in Primal Village that just had like weapons and artifacts that were rifting in, and one of them was a mask stand with Drift's mask and a bunch of just other masks in it. So over time, um, actually not even over time, just the sudden thing I decided to do was Drift stole it and took it to their base. So not really huge for the story, just cool little thing. In the snow biome, a new figure, Surge, awakens from goo. No, that's wrong. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I'm going crazy because I'm working on like 3 different projects right now. A new figure in the snow biome appears, but is not freed, is what it's supposed to say. Seeking the blah, blah, blah. But for Surge, he was in the prison house in week 3, and he broke out because Core broke him out, and he does, yeah. Seeking the spirit things, Viking huts emerge in the snow biome. Their leader is preparing to come. Magnus, a follower of Ragnarok, the god of destruction in Norse mythology, is preparing for their arrival. The biome expands trees sprouting around frozen ruins. Beneath the snow lies the impact bunker. Worked by rift vines, the rift bomb's resting place now holds a pulsing, tree-like rock feeding on the energy. The truth emerges. Geno in the town is a clone, another fragment from the timeline split. He confesses, I cannot fix this, but we may be able to stabilize this bleeding reality. His right hand, Stella, swears to finally eliminate Geno's counterpart. The timeline splits, explaining why the Fox clan came and the overlapping echoes in both of the maps, which isn't yet to be happened, but it will very soon. Keep an eye on that. Week 5, update 5, the final update that came out last week. The stage for the eruption is set. At the Den of Thanes, the Spirit Thanes erect a rift-infused barrier using rocket parts and rift crystals. How they got their hands on them is unknown. But if you were to go there, there is a container from Dusty Divot that came with them, and yeah. Sorry, my throat. And in it are the rocket parts, so you could say that there's a bunch in there, they just use spare parts to do it. Protecting their HQ from the impending eruption using the parts and the crystals. A new chasm opens nearby, foreshadowing next season's map changes. Molten Maw burns even hotter than ever, rift particles and fire spewing into the sky as the eruption looms. Also, if you were to go into that biome and get near the lava, it would start damaging you because there is a damage barrier that affects on time. So if you're seeing this now and like today, as in like Sunday the 28th, and the Yeah, careful of that because you'll get damage over time. It's intentional. Don't worry about it. Anywho, the snow biome expands further, birthing two major POIs. The Frozen Wharf, a Viking dockyard settlement. Lost Lake, a Viking-style remix of the Loot Lake house, encased in permafrost, which is ice that cannot be melted, nor can it be broken unless it's a lore-related element. So yeah. Rift-infused snow becomes permafrost, a rare, unmelting but mineable element for certain areas. Deep within, Valkyrie is discovered, frozen in ice, awaiting release. And I can actually show you this now, because I haven't changed this yet. So this is the Viking area. Still the same. I've yet to change it for this update, season update. If I were to go this way, boom, right here. You'd have to come find it. It's like right next to the longboat that crashed. But encased in ice is Valkyrie. And under the barrier, here she is, just frozen, with monster bones nearby. So that's a cool little change. This actually was not here. And it was funny, this was a last minute update change too. Just put that there before next season. Yeah, and I'll show you Frozen Wharf now, since this will be the last time it kinda looks like this. Because I do plan to change it soon for the season update. So this is the bridge, pretty cool. There's not a lot of chests. This is the longboat that was slowly coming this way is now finally docked, and with it is just a POI or just like a little settlement. This is the armory. In here, if you talk to Huntress, she will actually tell you that she's a blacksmith for the time. Um, Also, if you in the loophole there are basic swords and basic hammers. If you bring them here, this one, the hammer, will give you shockwave hammer, and that's it. And then the sword will just give you every single sword in the game, with the chance of the Infinity Blade being in it. So keep a lookout for that. But she's also looking for the Blade of Infinity, which is the Infinity Blade. So that'll change next season, or the season I'm working on. Over here is Eco. He'll tell you about the Frost Forged, which are the Vikings. So yeah. Campfires also in the snow biome have now begun to glow with that flame color, foreshadowing Valkyrie's return. So that's pretty cool. Art's in here. She just tells you stuff, but she can't talk about it, being all mysterious like. In here, you can actually tame two wolves. And yeah, that's the Frozen Wharf. Up here, we have Loot Lake House, which is Lost Lake. It's literally just Loot Lake, just fucking changed. The lake itself is small. It's more of a pond, but yeah. Yeah, come in here, loot it up. There's not really a lot going on in here. Down here, the basement is closed off. I am working on this, and it's gonna be a seasonal map change. Actually, Loot Lake itself is gonna be a map change. Like, that'll happen every season until the cube comes. Also in the snow biome, this up here, this is a cave that will be will be unblocked. So this right here will be gone. Oh god, my thing froze. But that right there will be unfrozen, so you can go inside. I will say this now, there may or may not be a mythic in there, so definitely check that out when this update comes out. Or next the update the season update when it comes out on Thursday. This pretty cool area may or may not be a reference to Kevin the Cube, because you know the trees. how they're kind of lined up with one rock in the middle, like how it was cactuses that pair. Anywho, doesn't matter. Moving around, right here is the bunker. If you go in, this is where Geno is. Where Stone was, he's not here anymore. But yeah, that's this area. And that's the only area I can show you because I'm in process of making the update. Uh, Back to the lore though. In the bunker, Jenna reveals his plan. This biome and the volcano both overflow with rift energy. If we can siphon it, we can slow the bleeding and stabilize this reality. Stellan has vanished. His mission is unknown, while Vi begins openly recruiting allies to the Spirit Fane's cause. That's Catalyst, not Vi. The season ends with smoke and ash, and rift light glowing across the island, waiting for the eruption event to decide the island's fate. Also, this is a very subtle change, and not a lot of people will see it, but the mushrooms and every like snow thing in this biome. Hold on, I need a better. This line in the snow and ice was not here before, and that is a new element I have implemented. It's a glow feature, only biome specific to the ice biome. It's supposed to symbolize that after the monster skeleton got siphoned all its energy into this biome, that now this biome is rift infused. That's why Loot Lake is here, because it can warp reality and have everything come essentially. Um but this, and I will say it now, this color that's glowing right here, this will change throughout seasons, foreshadowing events. Whether it be my Halloween event for this map too, Kevin the Cube, or upcoming season changes, I recommend keeping an eye on this color. That's just throughout the whole biome. Like here, there, there. Just keep that in mind. That's all I have for this video. That's all the lore. As I go through though, I'll show you last week changes that I've changed now. But these are the machines that was being talked about in the lore that they made. And these were on all four corners of this little pink area. And there was a barrier that you could use a rift teleporter to get through, which you still can in the map, or in the map that is published currently for Rebirth. But yeah, that's it basically. Before I end this video, I'm gonna go far away and I will show you an overlook, a bird's eye view actually, of what is to come in next season's update. And there's your bird's eye view. You can't really tell anything. I mean, you can see stuff, but you just won't know what it is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!